slides.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry for I was running the Zoom client on my laptop was running Fedora. There was something wrong with my microphone, so I cannot speak. Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
Now I switched to Windows machine. It seems works so for now.
Okay. You may put it into the presentation mode. You can do that. Great. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm a software engineer and work for RedHat. Our team is working on the remote direct memory access subsystem for RedHat Enterprise Linux. The RDM stack includes color and use space driver and utilities. I'm the maintainer of the for the use space stacks. The use space stacks include the use space providers, which also know the use space drivers, such as the libverbs and libmalloc5. Currently, there are 3 MPI packages included in our RDM stacks, software stacks. Those are MPI, MPICH, and MVAPICH2. Today, I will give a short talk about integration MVAPICH2 into RedHat Enterprise Linux distribution, and what we test and the problems we have. First, the first release of offered MVAPICH2 had been added to Real 5 in 2009 as part of our Fabric Enterprise distribution. Because of the difficulty to keep track offered changes, RedHat replaced offered with the corresponding upstream release for except the Real 5 series, the MVAPICH2 source tables for all RedHat Enterprise Linux are pulled from the HTTP server of the MVAPICH2 website. RedHat makes makes a match release of real about every 4 years. For example, Real 8 and for 4 years. The MVAPICH2 package had been added to Real 7, Real 7, Real 8, and so on. A RedHat specific package. That means it available in Fedora. In the coming release of Real 9, we also added MVAPICH2 specific package. During the Real 9 playing space, someone had suggested to replace the HPC high performance computing related RPM package with the Linux HPC containers, something like a singularity container. One of our HPC customers suggested us to provide the RPM instead of the Linux container for the sake of performance. In the meanwhile, a singularity container contains only supposed MPICH and OpenMPI. The MVAPICH2 is unavailable in singularity. So we decide to provide RPMs for all MPI packaged as we did. And to use in the MPI the MPI package was provided by real. The users need to load the corresponding environments modules. For example, for workspace building MPICH2 build, the user need to load the MVAPICH2 and module audio. For Intel OPA users, they need to load the PSM2 module. Upload the inbox modules. Users can compile the code with compiler scripts like MPICC, and launch MPI applications also simple tests in case the parallel compute environments have been correctly configured. The usage of the MPI is simple, strange, and for all the user build and installed it by themselves. But there is only one thing need to load. Need to keep in mind is that the installation of the binary executables for RedHat Linux. The binary must be installed in the same directory of the compiler scripts was used to build the source code. There is also a workaround for that issue, and the users can explicitly request the MPI package was used to build the source code in the specific files. We have the users can take the MPI test specifier or example for the usage of MPI package provided by RedHat Linux. Before real life, RedHat RPM source repository are varied and available for public. Allow RedHat provide CentOS string access to public. The CentOS string repositories are hosted in GitLab. So RedHat internal repository are pulled from the the CentOS string GitLab repositories. So all RedHat package maintainers must update the CentOS string repos before they apply the change into the internal repo. So users can get a full access to the CentOS Git repo, and the only difference is how we can this stream hotfix for this stream hotfix. It will be applied for in our internal repo, but it also will be pushed to the CentOS stream in next release. So all commits histories are available for the public by GitLab, and we to support all RDM hardwares, RedHat will provide three variants for all MPI builds. For example, for adverbs variants and PSM for QLogic IB and PSM2 for inter-OPA. The QLogic PSM variant is out of date, and this one is out of date. So it's available for real line, for real 8 and incoming real line. QLogic sold the InfiniBand business to Intel, and PSM2 build it also works over PSM. And the verbs variants support all RDM hardwares, which include InfiniBand, iWarp, and Rocky, PSM, and PSM2. But the Max for Max for Max for Max will only provide limited support for the Max for HCS. So real line only for real line there will only one kind of Max for hardware will be supported, and Max 5 will be this one will Max 5 will be the key product for real line, and the OPA will be available for real line because some important HPC customers still using it. So we will also provide it for real line. Except the Malux and the Intel, all iWarp and the Rocking hardware vendors are not activity players in the MPI communities. So I'm not surprised to observe issues when run on MPI over iWarp and Rocky hardware, something like CCP4, CCP3, and Bean XT. They are not we also RedHat also had tried to test the software Rocky and iWarp for RedHat Linux, but we had observed issues for all MPI packages for the soft Rocky and the soft iWarp. So so I used X and VMA HCA and the soft Rocky, soft iWarp are not supported for MVAPICH2 build for real RedHat Enterprise Linux. So PSM3 code is available in upstream Linux and MVAPICH. Real life, the kernel space code and the use space code had been imported. Those drive are available in for real life, but we did not test the MVAPICH2 for real life yet. Over PSM M3 for real life yet. It might be will be tested in next minor release for some release such as the real life update 1. And the benchmarks will run we can package up and includes two benchmark shoots. One is the OSU benchmark, which also provided by the MVAPICH2 team, and the Intel MPI benchmark provided by Intel. The MPI test benchmarks RPM is also RedHat Enterprise Linux only package, which means also available for Fedora. The two benchmark shoots are wrote in C and CPP. So fortunately, I was never tested for all MPI packages. And all MPI and all benchmarks have been built for all platform for real RedHat Enterprise Linux, but RedHat only test the Intel 64-byte platform because of lack of hardware for another platforms. So the ARM and PC will never test. And we only run test over homogeneous hardware. That means we only run test over identical hardware and software. We had tried to run MPI benchmarks over different RDM hardwares, but we have issues. We have issues, and when we after we feedback the issues for running MPI benchmark over different hardware to the upstream MPI community, the upstream replied us running benchmark over different hardware is just for study only, not for industry. So we are we did not. So we stopped to run run benchmarks over different hardwares. And for each real release, where there are three phases: the plan, develop, and the QA phase. In the plan phases, the management team collect future requests from partners and customers. If there is a new release of MVAPICH2 available, and some customer or our team will file a future request to update MVAPICH2 to the real release. In the development phase, the packaging material will build the scratch RPM for the new released MVAPICH2 and run our internal automated test suite for the scratch build. In case low regression issues, the final package will be built, and the new package will provide to QE team to run test. There are two short windows in the development phase: exception and block windows. In these two windows, only serious bugs such as data corruption, segment fault, and color panic will be allowed in those windows. So hardware base such as the update, such as the building package for new released MVAPICH2 will only allowed in the package code replaced face window. So so we so if they if they the package the upstream one was not released released in time, so it will be we will cannot build the package for the current released and the MVAPICH2 package is not a critical path package, so it acceptable when the package was released in the beginning phase of beginning stage phase of the development phase. A steady and predictable upstream release schedule is very important for us. In last 3 years, the MVAPICH2 team did a great job for cutting new release in time. And the new release was available for about every 6 months. We really appreciate the upstream team and had a steady release schedule for us. And the most one of the most important issues we have for the MVAPICH2 package maintenance for RedHat Linux is the SVN repository access. Upstream provide an SVN repository for public access, but you see, all the revisions available for public are merged and huge, are merged. So it is impossible to nail down with the regression issues with GitBasic and the MPI and the OpenMPI provide Git repo to public access to public. I can in fact for most package of the RDM stack, they provide the Git repository access for public. So I can run GitBasic to nail down the issues for most of RPM package for most of package of the RDM stack, and the MVAPICH2 is the exception. It much when I work in with upstream to debug issues for the RDM stack, it will be much it will be speed up the process, debugging process. In case I can nail down the regression issues with GitBasic. So we hope the MVAPICH2 upstream team can provide the full commit history to us. I understand the upstream team had its own concerns about provide full commit history access. I think the upstream team can try to provide a public repo with all sensitive information can be removed. Some of RDM package when vendors are played in that way. They keep two they have two repositories. One is for public access and one is for their internal access. But the public repo also provide for commit history, just with sensitive message are removed. So so I really want to recommend the MPSC team to open the to provide Git commit access for us. This one, debugging the MPSC2 regression issue is much difficult than OpenMPI. In this release, in the real 8.5 development phase, we have a serious OpenMPI issues, and the OpenMPI was failed to run over all hardware. So we but I can the OpenMPI provide and the Git repo. So I was able to nail down the issue in a few days with Git basic. And so it and in master in the reviews the real 8.3 update 3, and we had an MVAPICH2 regression issue, which was the MVAPICH2 was failed to run, and single load machines in those old machines do not just have one CPU socket. There are no NUMA machines. That issue was debugged in a hard way, and it took me about 1 or 2 weeks. According to my experiments, provide Git repository access is really important for us. And for the okay, another issue is the update for the mature real released Arduino RedHat entries are forked from corresponding Fedora Fedora distro. For example, the incoming real line was forked from Fedora 34. I said MPSC2 is unavailable for Fedora, so we have to manually add the MPSC2 for every mature release for real. There are many problems when package unavailable for Fedora. First of all, it is the combination. First of all, is the combination hard issues. In last 5 years, open source compilers such as the GCC and LLVM are rapidly evolving. More restrict compilation and the link flags are applied when new Fedora build RPM with the new compiler and the linkers. For example, MVAPICH2 real-life build was blocked because of a native G14. 11 was failed. The MVAPICH2 team helped us to fix it. The link time optimization also enabled for real-life RPM building. For real package, RedHat also run our internal security tools to detect the potential defects, reviewing those reported really time consuming. If those defects can be handled when importing the MVAPICH2 into Fedora, it will have all MVAPICH2 users. The second issue is Linux policy related, because real specific package are not tested in Fedora communities, so it might break sensitive policy in code for Fedora. We can see such issue for another RDM stack package which is not MVAPICH2, but we had see Linux issues for that package over and over again. RedHat built CI continuous system to cover all real package. MVAPICH2 is available in Fedora 34. So real-life bootstrap image distributed image does not include MVAPICH2. So the MPI test, the benchmark RPM is also available for real-life, because it depends on the MVAPICH2 package. We need the MVAPICH2 package to build the benchmarks. So testing for MVAPICH2 and the MPI benchmark is also available. We tried to import the Fedora MVAPICH2 for Fedora, but where the review request was stored because of most of blog issues need to be fixed in upstream release first. So we need the MVAPICH2 team to help us to handle those issues. So that all issues we have for those are the two most important issues we have for package MVAPICH2 package maintenance for RedHat Enterprise Linux.
Yeah, so Honggang, thanks a lot for the some of the insights and some of the suggestions. We'll be taking the suggestions into account and we'll get back. Okay. Are there any other questions from audience or any of the people attending for Honggang?
Yeah.
Okay, Honggang, then let's give thanks to Honggang, and we'll move to the next talk. And I believe Amir will be introducing. We are running a little bit late. Let's see